Top 7 easiest aquarium plants to keep alive. These beginner plants are really hardy and easy to keep, so without further ado, let's dive straight into the video. So the first plant on this list is the Cryptocoryne. There are so many different varieties of this plant, but my favorite one is the Cryptocoryne Wendii Green. These plants are my absolute favorite because I've had nothing from them but success. Crypts are one of the most popular aquarium plants and they are extremely easy to keep. For placement, they are mid to background plants. Temperature, they would prefer 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit and a pH of 6 to 7.5. Cryptocoryne is found in Southeast Asia, India, and New Guinea. They grow in the tropical regions of these areas, and they are mostly found in slow-moving waters. An important thing to know about Cryptocoryne is that it does not appreciate unstable conditions. So like if you plant them and then you replant them, they're going to have a lot of dying leaves, and that's going to lead to a very big meltdown. Keep in mind that some plant-eating species like goldfish may try to nibble and bite on it, but other than that, there shouldn't be any problems. As for the lighting, they don't need highlighting as it doesn't really do any good to them and could actually cause more damage than good. I would recommend adding some floating plants or some other taller plants that could block the shade for them. The second plant on this list is Anubias. It was one of the first plants that I've ever kept and it did really well for me, so if it did well for the beginner me, then why not you? This is one of the hardiest plants that I've ever kept and it is definitely worth keeping. The only downside of this plant is that it is very prone to getting algae on its leaves. I would always recommend adding some floaters such as salvinia or duckweed, or you could always add some taller plants to cover the lighting for them. The third plant on this list is guppy grass, and if you've been following me for a long time, then you'll know that a lot of my tanks are completely filled with these. Guppy grass is insanely fast growing and it is also great at removing nitrates. A lot of fish such as tetras, danios, and barbs will use it as a spawning mop, which is great if you're trying to breed fish. The only downside I can think of is it probably grows a little too fast. Soon after I got them, they completely filled my tanks and I even had to throw away some of it. But all in all, this is a really good plant and definitely one of the easiest to keep. Plant number 4, we've got salvinia. It's one of the fastest growing floating plants, and the only one I know that grows faster than this is duckweed. Salvinia is really good at providing shade to your aquarium, and they're also very hardy and durable in low water flow. Salvinia normally likes moderate to high lighting as they need a lot of light for them to grow. Although these plants grow really fast, they die just as fast, which is the case with many fast growing plants. I highly recommend dosing liquid fertilizer because it would give them more nutrients. Now on to the fifth plant, we have Alodia, also known as Anacris. This was also one of the first plants I got at the fish store, and it's an incredibly fast growing plant. If well taken care of, Alodia could grow an astounding 2 inches from each stem every day. I've only kept these plants before for a year, and they pretty much all died when I went on a vacation for 3 weeks. So they do require lots of care, such as trimming them and making sure they're healthy, but overall, Alodia is pretty easy to keep and definitely a great choice for newbies. Duckweed is often regarded as the fast-growing floating plant. There isn't really much about duckweed except for the fact that it grows insanely fast. I've had duckweed that grew 10 times its original amount in just a couple of days. Over the years, I have found out that they tend to grow slower in clean water because they normally get their nutrients from ammonia or CO2. But even so, they grow pretty fast and they're a great plant for beginner hobbyists. Last but not least, we have hornwort. Hornwort is an extremely easy plant to take care of and grow. They won't require any type of fertilizer, but they do prefer some type of fertilizer in liquid form. Hornwort can suck up a lot of those ammonia nitrates in the water and make it a lot more clean. Just like most plants on this list, hornwort also grows very fast. I used to have a ton of hornwort and I was constantly trimming them like every other day. It's a great choice if you're looking for a fast-growing, easy beginner plant. If you enjoyed this video, check out this video on the top 7 plants that won't require a soil substrate. Thanks for watching and make sure to subscribe.